We may say, "Let's understand each other," instead of, "I will show you." This choice reduces stress and builds stronger connections. Ego management is also about self-awareness. It means noticing what is happening inside us. When we feel hurt, angry, or defensive, we do not just react automatically. We observe the feeling. We name it. We say, "I feel hurt right now," or "My pride is speaking." This awareness creates a small distance between us and our ego. In that space, we have freedom to choose a better response. Without awareness, ego drives our behavior. With awareness, we start to lead. Another practical part of ego management is accepting that we can be wrong. This simple idea is very powerful. When we accept that we are human and imperfect, we relax. We do not need to defend every small mistake. We can say, "Sorry." We can listen to feedback. This makes learning easier and relationships smoother. Ego becomes lighter because it does not carry the heavy burden of always being right. So in daily life, ego management looks like this: pausing before reacting, breathing when emotions rise, listening fully, speaking thoughtfully, and valuing peace more than pride. It is not about being silent or weak. It is about being strong in a calm way. It is about choosing wise responses instead of automatic reactions. Over time, this practice makes life more peaceful, communication clearer, and personal growth faster. Ego is still there, but it becomes a small part of us, not the leader of our actions. Simple techniques to manage ego. Practical tools. Great. Now we move to a very practical and powerful part. We are not only talking about ego in theory, but we are learning what to do in real life. These techniques are simple, but if you practice them again and again, they can change your reactions, your relationships, and even your peace of mind. Ego becomes smaller when our awareness and actions become stronger. The first technique is to pause before reacting. This may sound small, but it is very powerful. When someone says something that hurts you or makes you angry, your ego wants to answer immediately. It pushes you to speak fast and defend yourself. But if you pause for just a few seconds, everything changes. You can take one deep breath. In that moment, you create space between the situation and your reaction. Instead of automatic words, you can choose better words. This pause helps your mind lead, not your emotions. Many arguments can be avoided with just this one simple habit. Another important technique is accepting that you can be wrong. This does not make you weak. It makes you mature. When ego is strong, it says, "I cannot be wrong." But in reality, everyone makes mistakes. When you accept this, you feel lighter. You do not need to fight to protect your image all the time. If someone shows you a mistake, you can say, "Yes, you are right," and learn. This attitude builds respect. People feel safe with someone who can accept errors calmly. It also helps you grow faster in your personal life and in learning. Listening fully is another powerful tool. Often, when someone is speaking, we are not really listening. We are preparing our answer. Ego wants to defend or prove something, so it does not give full attention. But real listening means focusing on the other person's words, feelings, and message. When you listen fully, you understand better. Many conflicts happen because of misunderstanding. Good listening reduces wrong assumptions. It also shows respect. And when people feel respected, they become calmer too. Saying "I'm sorry" is a simple sentence, but very strong. Ego finds it difficult to say sorry because it feels like losing. But in reality, saying sorry is a sign of emotional strength. It shows that the relationship is more important than pride. A sincere apology can heal pain and rebuild trust. It can stop a problem from becoming bigger. The more you practice saying sorry when needed, the less power ego has over your words. Another helpful technique is asking questions instead of arguing. When you disagree, ego wants to prove the other person wrong. But instead of arguing, you can ask, "Can you explain more?" Or, "Why do you see it this way?" Questions open conversation. Arguments close it. When you ask questions, you show curiosity instead of attack. This helps both sides feel heard. It turns a fight into a discussion. Practicing humility is also important. Humility means understanding that we are not better than others, and we are not worse either. We are all human, learning and growing. Humble people do not need to show off. They do not feel threatened by others' success. They are open to learning from anyone. Humility keeps ego in balance. It reminds us that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Finally, think long-term. In many situations, ask yourself, what is more important, this argument or this relationship? Ego focuses on the present moment and the need to win. But wise thinking looks at the future. If you hurt someone today just to win, what happens to the relationship tomorrow? When you think long-term, you choose your words more carefully. You choose peace more often. All these techniques together help us manage ego in daily life. They are simple, but they require practice. Each time you pause, listen, accept mistakes, or choose peace, you become stronger inside. Ego slowly becomes quieter, and your life becomes more peaceful and more connected. Real-life example story. Now let me share a simple real-life style story to help you understand ego in action. Stories are powerful because they help us see emotions, reactions, and lessons in a clear and human way. Imagine a man named Arjun. He had a close friend named Samir. They had known each other for many years. They shared jokes, helped each other, and talked almost every day. Their friendship was strong, or at least that is what they believed. One day, they were working together on a small project. It was not something very serious, just a plan they wanted to complete. During the discussion, Samir said, "Maybe we should try a different way. I think your idea might not work well." He said it in a normal tone, but Arjun felt something inside. His chest became tight. His mind said, "He thinks my idea is bad. He doesn't trust me." Instead of asking calmly, Arjun replied in a sharp voice, "So you think you know better than me?" The conversation quickly changed. Both voices became louder. Neither of them was really listening anymore. Ego was now leading the conversation. After that day, they stopped calling each other. Arjun told himself, "If he respects me, he will call first." Samir was also hurt. He thought, "Why did he talk to me like that?" Days passed, then weeks. Both missed the friendship, but pride kept them silent. Arjun often remembered the good times, but another voice said, "Don't message him. You were not wrong." Inside, he felt sad, but ego was stronger than his feelings. One evening, Arjun met an older colleague at work. They talked about life, relationships, and stress. Arjun shared the story. The colleague listened and then said gently, "Sometimes we lose good people, not because of big problems, but because of small egos." This sentence stayed in Arjun's mind. That night, he thought deeply. He remembered how quickly he reacted. He realized Samir was not attacking him. He was just giving another idea. Arjun understood that his reaction came from pride, not from understanding. The next day, Arjun did something difficult but important. He sent a message. "Hi, Samir. I have been thinking. I am sorry for how I spoke that day. I should have listened better." His heart was beating fast while he waited for the reply. After some time, Samir answered, "I'm sorry too. I also got angry. I miss our talks." That simple exchange opened the door again. They met, talked calmly, and understood each other better than before. This experience changed Arjun. He learned to pause when he felt hurt. He tried to listen fully. He understood that saying sorry does not make a person small. It makes relationships stronger. His ego did not disappear, but he learned to manage it. Because of this, he did not only save a friendship, he also grew as a person. Stories like this help us see how ego works in real life. They show how fast a situation can become a problem, and how simple actions like listening, thinking, and apologizing can repair what was broken. Through stories, we learn not only English words about feelings and actions, but also life lessons about pride, understanding, and connection. Reflection. Questions. Now it is time to slow down and turn the focus toward you, the listener. This part is very important, not only for understanding ego, but also for practicing your English speaking. Reflection questions help you think about your own life and express your ideas in simple sentences. When you answer these questions, you are not just learning about ego management, You are also training your mind to speak about feelings, habits, and personal experiences in English. Take a comfortable position. You can pause the podcast after each question if you want. Try to answer in full sentences, even if they are simple. Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is to speak and think, not to be perfect. First, think about this question. When did your ego create a problem in your life? Maybe it was a fight with a friend, a misunderstanding with a family member, or a conflict at work or school. Try to remember one situation. What happened? What did you say? How did you feel at that moment? Did you react quickly? Now think more deeply. If you look back calmly, do you think your pride or your need to be right made the situation worse? Try to describe the event step by step. This helps you practice past tense and emotional vocabulary at the same time. Now think about another question. Is it hard for you to say sorry? Be honest with yourself. Some people say sorry very easily. For others, it feels very heavy. When you imagine saying, "I'm sorry," what do you feel? Do you feel weak, embarrassed, or uncomfortable? Or do you feel relief after saying it? Try to explain why it is easy or difficult for you. Maybe it connects to your personality, your past experiences, or how you were taught as a child. Speaking about this helps you understand yourself and also build confidence in sharing personal thoughts in English. Next, ask yourself, how do you react to criticism? Imagine someone corrects you, gives you advice, or tells you that you made a mistake. What is your first reaction inside? Do you listen calmly, or do you feel angry or defensive? Do you try to explain yourself immediately? Or do you stay silent but feel hurt inside? Try to describe both your outside reaction and your inside feelings. This question helps you use words about emotions and reactions, which are very important for real-life communication. You can also think about this. Do you sometimes stop talking to people because of small problems? If yes, why? What stops you from taking the first step to talk again? Is it fear, pride, or something else? How do you feel during that silence? This helps you talk about relationships and behavior. As you answer these questions, you are doing two things at the same time. You are becoming more aware of your ego and your reactions, and you are practicing English in a meaningful way. You are learning to speak about real life, not just grammar rules. The more you reflect and speak, the more comfortable you will feel expressing your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in English. As we come to the end of today's episode, let's take a quiet moment together. We have talked about ego, reactions, mistakes, relationships, and growth. Maybe some parts made you think about your own life. Maybe you remembered a person, a situation, or a moment when things could have gone differently. That is a good sign. It means you are not just listening, you are reflecting. And reflection is the beginning of change. First, remember something very important. Ego is natural. Every human being has ego. It is part of being human. It tries to protect us, to give us a sense of value, and to help us stand up for ourselves. So we should not hate our ego or feel bad for having it. The goal is not to remove ego completely. The goal is to understand it and guide it in a healthy way. When we understand our ego, we stop being controlled by it. Also remember that we are human. We all make mistakes. We all react emotionally sometimes. We all say words we later regret. This does not make us bad people. It makes us human people who are learning. Growth is not about being perfect. Growth is about becoming a little better, a little calmer, and a little wiser each day. If you notice your ego sometimes, that is already progress. Managing ego is a form of strength. Many people think strength means being loud, always winning, or never saying sorry. But real strength is quieter. It is the strength to pause when you are angry. It is the strength to listen when you want to argue. It is the strength to say, "I was wrong." These actions are not signs of weakness. They are signs of emotional maturity. A person who can manage their ego can manage their life more peacefully. Try to remember that peace is more important than being right. In many situations, you can win the argument but lose the relationship. You can prove your point but create distance in someone's heart. Ask yourself, what is more valuable in the long run? A small victory or a strong and healthy connection? When you choose peace, you are not losing. You are protecting something bigger than your pride. As you continue your English learning journey and your life journey, carry this thought with you. Notice your reactions. Practice small pauses. Speak with kindness. Listen with openness. These simple habits will improve your communication, your relationships, and your inner calm at the same time. Let's finish with a gentle reminder that you can think about today and in the future. The strongest person is not the one who wins arguments, but the one who keeps relationships.